What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Grossman Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we got one of our biggest games of the season. We got the Red River Rivalry, man. We are taking on our hated rivals in the Texas Longhorns. And the audacity of the top 25 polls, 5-0. We are an SEC team, and we are not ranked. But Texas, despite losing a game, they are ranked number 12 in the nation. They're 4-1 with a 2-1 conference record. We're undefeated, of course. And because of that, Lee Corso is pulling for us to get the upset here in this one in front of 22 prospects that we do have visiting. So it's a really important game for us. Should be a really good one. I am ecstatic for today's episode as we put together two really talented football teams. We're on a 5-game winning streak, and besides that loss to Georgia in overtime, they have not lost a single game this entire season. So we are in for a treat. It should be a battle to the bitter end. And if you're excited for it as well, I need you guys to do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the field for the start of this Red River Rivalry. Let's get it, baby. So let's go ahead now and get one of the best rivalry games in all of college football officially underway, as the Texas Longhorns, they are trying to take it to us early as they get Randy Todd on a carry over to the right-hand side. He powers forward for a gain of 14. As now we got another 1st and 10 coming up. Todd under shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Hall, and it's another big hole. And it goes for an even bigger gain than the last time out. Johnny Hall with a gain of 30. So our rush defense is certainly lacking to get things started, and it's not going to get any better as Johnny Hall gets another big carry down the right-hand side. As they're already in the red zone here. We're only a few plays in this thing. And Texas already threatening the score as Todd gets it out to Green, but this time we anticipate it. We get Eli Green in the backfield as Barry Thorne takes care of business this time. And now 2nd and long. We at least force them to pass for once. But Todd is just going to go ahead and scramble himself. Nobody really trying to check him at the line of scrimmage. He's just going to go ahead and escape and make this a 3rd and short. Todd dropping back, looking over the left-hand side, and finds Marcus McKenzie in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. And the Longhorns of the SEC end up striking first in this one, wearing the 2000 throwbacks. So we're down 7-0, and we need our prolific offense to come through and make some plays for us, man, because you already know what time it is. The Red River Rivalry has had its shootouts in the past, and it could very well end that way as well. As now 1st and 10. Royal, nowhere to throw it to, so trying to get it out of bounds, but the ball was deflected. And despite that, they are going to call a intentional grounding. Like, somebody make sense of this for me. Hopefully that's not an issue in EA college football. Because if the ball is actually tipped at the line of scrimmage, like, that's not intentional grounding, my guy. Like, let's use a little bit of common sense here. But instead, 3rd and 12, trying to pick up the 1st down, and we will at least pick it up. Jeremy Tate does make sure that we can still keep this drive going. But another 3rd down coming up. Royal looking over the middle, and we fumbled the football, and Callahan is all by himself, and he's going to run itself all the way into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Texas Longhorns. Oh my goodness. We were looking for the big play downfield, and we honestly had it, but we just didn't have the time. And just unforeseen circumstances leads to a touchdown the other way. So now we're down 14-0 early. This is going to be the biggest deficit that we have faced the entire season. We'll see how we can come back and respond. Royal Looking to the right-hand side, gets to the Brett Parker. That will at least get us to about midfield. Is now 1st and 10 coming up. Going to try to run with Antonio Dunn. It's going to be a straight blast play. I usually don't like to run these very often, but at least that time around, we got a little bit of success with it. A gain of 8. And you notice that why the awareness stat is so important. Antonio Dunn, I tried to change the line of scrimmage because it was not the play that I really wanted to call. But that being said, his awareness at the quarterback position was so low that I literally could not change the play to anything else. We had to run with it. And speaking of Antonio Dunn, we got a holding penalty calling us. So now it's 3rd and 15. Not necessarily where we want to be, but our offense is capable of picking it up, but Tate drops it. Can't make a play on the football, and we have to punt this thing away once again. So 2 punts and a fumble going the other way. That's not how I wanted this offense to get started early in this one. So really need this defense to step up right here, right now, because we don't want this lead to get any larger early. They already have a ton of momentum. We just need a spark here at the end of the day. We'll see if somebody can give it to us. As it looks like the running back, Johnny Hall, is going to plow himself forward another 1st down. He's been running hard for the Longhorns. But we do at least get him to a 3rd and 10. Let's get him off the field, but we give up a big play. Down the right-hand side, it's Marcus McKenzie for another big pass. And it's his 2nd big catch of the day already. Texas now at midfield. Todd handing it off to Johnny Hall. Looking for a 1st down and nearly gets to it as well. As that will wrap up the 1st quarter of play. And to be honest with you guys, the worst quarter that we've played so far this season. Not looking good so far against the number 12 team in America. We're down 14-0 after 1 quarter. So let's see if we can get things sparked up a little bit more here in this 2nd quarter. As we get him to a 3rd and short as Todd, he's trying to throw it, but the ball must have slipped out of his hands or something because, you know, that ball obviously did not go very far. So now we at least get the stop that we wanted, but not exactly how I wanted to get things going. Trying to set up the wide receiver screen, but Sean Albert, he kept going backwards. And it led to a 3rd and 18 as Royal wanted to throw to the left-hand side, but Sims ran the route for him. We piss down our legs. We give up another defensive touchdown. The 2nd defensive touchdown for the Longhorns defense in this one. And now we're down 21-0 against the number 12 team in America. So this drive right here becomes really important because last episode we ran a couple of teams off the field, but we're in danger of getting ran off the field in a neutral site game on national television. We cannot have that for the prestige of Oklahoma football. As now 1st and 10, throw it over the middle. We throw a dot to Aaron Atkins. That should spark us a little bit. Let's see if it can lead to our 1st touchdown of the game. As 1st and 10, we'll go play action. Royal looking over the right-hand side. We find Sean Albert right down the sideline, able to squeeze it in there. And 3rd down now, looking forward to our 1st touchdown strike over the middle, and it's Aaron Atkins. We're finally on the board as the Sooners get into the end zone. Touchdown. As Maurice Royal makes up for the last throw that he had on the previous drive. And we finally get on board, but defense hasn't necessarily done much to contain this offense today. And even there, we had them contained, but Randy Todd was able to squeeze himself out of there regardless. And it's a big run once again. We have just been gashed all day long as Randy Todd continues to do just that. As Randy Todd, he is approaching, he's had a good chunk of yardage today. Already 45 yards on the ground. The team has 100 yards rushing. But maybe we can stop him here. 3rd and short. Todd's going to run with it here. And we deny them. Let's go, baby. They actually decide to punt it. And that was the spark that we needed. Now, let's go ahead and make this a one-score game. Todd, under shotgun, looking right. Finds Sean Albert. He gets brought down quickly after he makes the catch, but will still go ahead and hang on to it regardless. As we go 3rd and short here, looking for another first down as Royal fighting hard and getting that first down. Tough kid. First positive rushing gain of the day for him. As we're back at midfield, looking for another spark. Royal rolling right, finds Brett Parker downfield for a gain of 21. We're starting to get our bigger plays. We're starting to expose this Texas defense a little bit. Maybe we're making some adjustments and just letting our star players cook a little bit more. As we'll look to find the end zone again. 2nd and 11. Play action. Royal looking, facing pressure, has to get it out, but Aaron Atkins can't make a play on it. It's basically 3rd and goal now. I mean, the goal line marker is at the 1. We'll see if we can get there, though. 3rd and 11. They got it well covered, looking for the end zone, and it's Aaron Atkins able to make a play on a 3rd and 11. Here we get our 2nd passing touchdown of the game. Maurice Royal throwing an absolute dot. And we may have gotten down big early, but we're right back in this thing. Only down by 1 possession. Let's send a message here in the last few minutes of this first half. But this is not what I wanted. Johnny Hall getting loose again. A 16-yarder running. Oh, just absolutely speechless right now. I don't know what there else is to say. But we do get him to a 3rd and long, forcing them to pass. Todd looking over the middle, but Green can't make a play on it. It was in double coverage. We'll force them to punt this football once again, but we go 3 and out though, so we can't tie this thing up before half. Now we're just making sure that Texas cannot add anything more onto the board before we get into the halftime locker room. 18 seconds left. Looking right, finds Higton. Does get tackled inbounds, but does get that first down, obviously. So they got 2 more shots at the end zone if they want it. We'll see if they'll take it. 1st and 10. Todd, clean pocket, looks left, finds Meade, and they will call their final timeout and settle for a field goal that will put the Texas Longhorns back up by 10. But hey, we're clawing our way back into this game. We had a big deficit earlier. Let's make some plays and make some things happen. So let's go, man. Second half underway, and the bad news for us, we lost the coin toss yet again. So Texas scored before halftime, and then they have the first shot to score again here with the very first possession of the second half. So we got to keep it a 2-score game. Even if it's just a field goal, got to keep it at 2 possessions. But the big key, got to make some adjustments to that running game, as Texas has ran all over us all day today. This offensive line clearing some massive holes, and we're just not reacting to the gaps soon enough. Johnny Hall able to have himself a day, already 100 yards rushing and doing it off of just 8 carries. Imagine if they gave it to him more. As Todd, 3rd and long, facing pressure. He's looking under pressure, gonna throw it at the last second, but it doesn't travel anywhere. So we do end up getting the stop that we needed. But that being said, though, we got to get a score of our own. We'll see if this is the spark we need. Tate down the sideline, down at the 30, the 35. Can he get to the 40? No, but it's still a really nice return nonetheless. So we got the stop that we needed on the defensive side of the football. Let's see if we can make this a 1-score game again, as Atkins gets another big catch for us. Gain of 18, and now we're back in Texas territory, looking to strike back. 2nd and 12, goal of a play action. Royal under shotgun again, facing a little pressure, trying to throw it out. Oh, if we had a little bit more time, that was going to be a touchdown. But instead, 3rd and 12, gotta take the shot in order to get to the first down marker. Got a little hole, but Brett Parker can't come down with it. And our drive started with a little bit of promise, but can't finish it. We don't come away with any points. And it stays a 24-14 game as our defense is starting to at least wake up a little bit. Johnny Hall no longer having 100 yards on the ground as we got them pinned deep. 2nd and 14. Todd, he's going to go ahead and scramble with it, and no one can catch up to him. Parks, he gets stuck on a block. One man left to beat, and he's going to be taken on a ride, but we do end up at least bringing down Randy Todd. That could have been a touchdown if we couldn't make a play there with that safety. But still, a 62-yard rush when you had a chance to get a safety. That's definitely a really tough look for sure. And now, Texas has an opportunity to get another field goal at the very least. They're on the edge of field goal range. As they'll run again. Todd, he's got the big run from earlier and gets another gain of 9. Randy Todd with a big rushing game. He now has over 100 yards rushing on the day. As it leads to 3rd and 6. They're going to pass it here. Todd looking down the sideline. Finds Marcus McKenzie for a huge first down. As it brings Texas into the red zone. Todd looking to finish, but can't get away from our defender as Randy Todd gets shaken up. So now the backup quarterback comes into the game. And we'll see if he can get it done. McLeod is going to go ahead and just try to run it himself. We contain it really well. And Carl McLeod can't save, or at least can't get a touchdown. So at least we keep it a 2-score game. But we really need our offense to wake up. One of the most prolific offenses in America has been held to just 14 points in this entire game so far. Is now 2nd and 10. Done. We're going to run it up the gut, and it's going to set up another first down. Gain of 12. We got another 1st and 10 coming up. Maurice Royal under shotgun. Looking for someone to get open. Finally see it in Brett Parker, and he breaks the tackle and almost broke that thing. Gain of 18. Here comes the Sooners. We're going to make this back into a 1-score game. Royal looking, and I don't think Sean Albert was 100% ready for it, but it did end up working out pretty well to how I wanted it to anyways. And we're back in the red zone. Looking for another score. Looking right. Brett Parker. Gain of 7. Another catch for this prolific wide receiver core. Expect many of the top 4 receivers, all of which to go to the NFL at some point. As Dunn will get it a handoff to try to get the first down marker. And fighting forward with some serious intensity. But it will get the job done. 1st and goal. Can we finish? Can we make this a 1-score game again? Parker. Jet sweep. He's got some space and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the Sooners get this back down to a 6-point game before we go ahead and move ourselves over to the final quarter of play. We got an intense rivalry game and setting up to be an absolute classic. Who wants it more? Let's make it happen, baby. So let's go. The 4th quarter now officially underway as Texas is going to go with a halfback screen on 3rd and 11, and it actually works out for them. They find a way to get the first down. The mascot hates it here, and I totally agree. But at least we get them to another 3rd and long, and we hold them behind the first down marker. So a little bit of an inconvenience, but it doesn't kill us. And we finally have a chance to take the lead for the first time in this entire game. Ever since that 21-0 deficit, we've been clawing and scratching our way back into it. And now we got a chance to take the lead. We'll see if we can do it on this drive as Aaron Atkins, picking up the first down, will gain a gain of 6. So at least we're back at the logo as we go with some Wildcat. Dunn handing it off to Sean Albert. He's got the blocks on the outside. He's taking it down the sideline, down at the 25. Can he reach the 20? No. but a 33-yard rush. And we're back in the maroon zone with a chance to take the lead. Dunn with another carry, slicing and dicing and finding his way for another first down. And Antonio Dunn on the verge of 100 yards as Royal looks to finish. 5 wide, looking right, gonna find his receiver Dan Andrews. And he gets it a lot closer because we can technically get it into the the first down marker without getting to the end zone. But I want 6, and we'll get 6. Antonio Dunn with the touchdown that will put the Sooners ahead for the very first time today. You absolutely love to see it. 28-27 in this ball game. But Texas will strike back. They do not want to lose to their biggest rivals in the college football world. So let's go. We got ourselves a classic on our hands as Texas is back in our territory. 1st and 10. Todd gonna be contained? Yes, he does. He will not get away that easily. And Justin Kelly with another TFL, his 3rd one of the game, coming in there and cleaning things up. And now 3rd and 15. Todd dropping back, facing a blitz. He's going to be sacked, and it's going to be a fumble. Randy Todd fumbles it. We cannot land on it, but we do at least get it to a 4th down as that's the talented sophomore linebacker, Matt Mays, that ultimately got the ball loose. But even though we forced a punt, we end up going 3 and out on our next possession. So now 3 minutes left. We need our defense to come through, get one more stop, and that's a good start right there. Defensive lineman Marcus Jackson blew that play up real quick. It's now 2nd and 14. Todd dropping back, looking over the middle, finds Higdon, and Higdon at least gets a little bit there. A little gain of 4. Setting up 3rd and long as Todd under shotgun. He's looking, gonna drop back in a 4 wide, looking to the right and jumps it off to Jamar Carey, who I don't think I called his name all day today. It's his 2nd catch, and it was a first down that they desperately needed, and it keeps the chains moving. Remember, Texas only needs a field goal as Barry Foran, he's going to get himself involved, doesn't make the tackle, but gives his guys time to make a play at the very least. Now 1:34 left in this one. 3rd and 5. Todd dropping back. It's another screen to the right-hand side, but we got a beat on it. And it's going to be 4th down. One more play could very well win the Red River Rivalry for the Oklahoma Sooners. As you can see, the reaction of our defense doing a great job responding. Setting up this 4th down. Can we keep him from the first down marker? Todd over the middle, and Brown makes the catch. Reggie Brown keeps the game alive. And one more first down can put the Longhorns in effective field goal range. 1st and 10. Todd looking left. He finds Forden, and we're just going to let him get inside the 10 and get him out of bounds. That way, we don't have to use any of our timeouts. And we're going to make them play this straight up. Hall in the end zone. He gets in. Okay. So the touchdown is not ideal, but we do have at least 2 timeouts to work with. As that is a little bit disappointing to see guys getting ran over. But the Longhorns will also go for 2 here. Here we go. It's going to be a run to Johnny Hall, and we stop him. Okay, so a touchdown will win the game for us. But not a lot of time to do it. 44 seconds left to play. It's all on the right arm of Maurice Royal. He's been electric today. But let's see. Biggest moment of the season to remain undefeated. We start with a screen, right-hand side, and Brett Parker. He got some space to work with. That gets us to about the 50-yard line. Don't need to take any timeouts yet. We scramble to the line of scrimmage. Now 33 seconds left here on a 2nd and 9. Royal looks left, finds Brett Parker again, and he makes a big catch over the star defensive back, as Brett Parker is now on the edge of 100 yards. But now we're running low on time. Just 13 seconds left. Parker gets away from one defender, gets brought down at the 15-yard line. Now we really gotta move. We gotta have a plan here to get these plays off quickly. Going with a good old-fashioned switch flood. Royal all by himself. Looking over the middle, and if Brent Parker didn't fall, he had a touchdown. But we'll have one more, at least 2 more plays at the end zone, I think, if we can go quick. Gotta call the right play, though. First and goal. 4 seconds left. They're scrambling. Let me get this snap off. We got it, and it's Aaron Atkins in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And how about that? A game-winning drive by Maurice Royal to give us the lead with 1 second left. But the job is not finished. We're going to go for 2 so that if we get a holding or some sort of penalty on us, we will at least be able to go into overtime. And that 2-point conversion does confirm that. So a 3-point lead. We're going to go ahead and squib it. Let's just make sure that there's no penalties. That's all I'm asking for. Any penalties on us, we'll make sure this game stays alive, and there's no penalties. Kyle Garrett doesn't choose to pitch the football, and this thing is over. Oklahoma storms back, down 21-0, and they are going to win the Red River Rivalry. Oh my goodness. What a game, and what a comeback. And we're going to remain undefeated. And you saw the thumbnail too. We had some really good prospects come through in this game as well. That is going to bring a lot of attention to our program. That will help us in recruiting. As there's the player of the game, Aaron Atkins. He got all 3 touchdown passes as we get the Cowboy Trophy. So how about one of the most epic finishes in the history of this rivalry game? It ends up being number 2 in our instant classics, and look at this comeback that we had to mount, man. At first, it was really rough. We were down 21-0 to begin this game at some point, right? But what we ended up doing, we clawed our way back. We didn't try to go ahead and get all of it back at once. We just kept grinding. We kept believing in the guys on our team. And with basically the very last play of the game, we were able to seal the deal. Maurice Royal leads us down the field for the game-winning touchdown. And this will surely be a showdown that we are going to remember for an extremely long time. Now checking out the stats for our guys, by the way, as Maurice Royal, he got off to a little bit of a slow start. Threw that interception and then also had that fumble in the first quarter, both of which did lead to Texas touchdowns. But he calmed himself down. He had a great last drive, 27 for 39, 313, 3 touchdowns, and an interception was his final stat line. Antonio Dunn was also doing his thing as well. He ended up with nearly 100 yards off of 19 carries and also finding a way to get into the end zone. And then, of course, Brent Parker, one of our most dynamic playmakers that we have on this football team. He also found the end zone for us. 3 carries, 12 yards, and a tub. Speaking of Brent Parker, he had a huge day receiving too. 8 for 129. Did not find the end zone, though. That was all Aaron Atkins. He had 3 touchdown grabs. How about that for making yourself known as a red zone threat? The El Centro California product really coming through in the biggest of games that we've played so far this entire season. And defensively, when we needed to stop, we found a way to get it done. Nate Parks was all over the field today. He had 16 tackles in this one. That is insane. 16 tackles, that's huge. Matt Ratliff, he ended up with 11 tackles and a TFL as well. So our safeties coming through, playing in the box. Texas did run the football a lot, and they held big in that run support for sure. We did also end up getting a couple of sacks on top of it. Akeem Lewis, his only tackle of the day was sacking the quarterback whenever the rare times that Texas did end up passing it. And so did Matt Mays, our talented sophomore linebacker from Plymouth, Indiana. He ended up with 6 tackles, 4 TFLs, and a sack in this one. No turnovers, but the most important thing was we won the game and we remain undefeated still. This should get us into the top 25. And so the performance that we had on the field is going to help us bring in a ton of good prospects. Johnny Roberts, Jerry Foster, Travis Miller, Alex Browning, Willie Lewis. We got 5 guys that sign on the dotted line, all very talented football players that are going to someday make it to the NFL. I can definitely feel it deep in my bones. And that win as well also brings us into the top 25. We make our debut in the top 25 polls. We are now number 14 in college football, man. But it gets tougher, and it doesn't get any tougher than this. Next episode, pure road game, and we play against the number 1 team in all of college football. The very first time that we have done that in this series. So it's going to be a huge test for our guys. We got to keep the grind going. It doesn't stop here, man. We're here to shock the world. And if you want to join on the bandwagon, man, I need you guys to do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you have to be brand new. Shoot, hit that notification bell so that you can get videos, my videos specifically, in your inbox for your enjoyment, man. But with that, this is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one.